I'm here in Tel Aviv right now. It's Shabbat, and everybody in Israel is waiting for the rockets from Iran to start falling on Israel, because we're about to start a whole regional war. Now let me tell you one way to avoid a whole region war, guaranteed. And it's the only language that you need to learn to speak when you're in the Middle East. Two languages, power and respect. And when I say power, I mean violence. And when I say respect, I mean respect. And it's not the power and respect that you may be used to in your country. When you have your friend Samantha and you tell her, oh, you're so powerful because you're so composed, because you know how to control your anger. When someone wrongs you, you don't get angry. That's not power in the Middle East. We're talking about violence. Power and violence. Trust me, I'm an Arab, I'm an Israeli. I grew up in the Middle East. I know this culture inside out. I served in the special forces. I was an officer in the army. I studied politics and religion. I know what I'm talking when I'm telling you. In the Middle East, power is power. Respect is respect. And respect will never come without power. So that's the two things that Israel and America need to show right now. And if they show it right now, Iran will not attack. Because Iran have everything to lose. We're capable of destroying their entire nuclear dream, of advancing and becoming a nuclear nation so one day they can nuke the West. So you know they have so much to lose and so little to gain. The only thing they can gain here is respect and power. Why? We assassinated their best friend Ismail Haniyeh, an arch terrorist in their land. We assassinated the second commanding general of Hezbollah in Lebanon. So they need to do something. They need to show that they still have power and respect, but they won't even dare to do that if they know that you have power and respect, because then the hierarchy is very simple. Will they risk losing all of that if they sense that America and Israel have power and respect? So that's why, going back to what I said in the beginning, if you want to avoid wars in the Middle East, I'm not talking achieving peace, that's a different story. To have peace, you need to go a long way. An absence of war is not peace. But if you want to avoid wars in the Middle East, you need to start talking power and respect. That's the only two languages that are relevant in the Middle East for stability, for peace, in order to avoid an all-out war. I'll give you the best example. Now, who is the biggest enemy of Islam on planet Earth right now? China. China is right now, as we're speaking, running concentration camp for Muslims. So if there is any country that should be the biggest enemy of Iran because they're killing their Muslim brothers and sisters, that should be China. Why is not a single Muslim country attacking China? Because China have power and respect. If Iran would have launched a rocket attack on China because China is killing their Muslim brothers and sisters, China will obliterate them. You will see a Chinese general coming out of his tank, crushing with his boot a skull of an Iranian general, eating rum noodle and going, and then just straight on wiping that country off the map. Iran knows that. China got power and respect. We're not gonna deal with them. Russia got power and respect. We're not gonna deal with them. America, Israel. I mean, come on guys, you got the Houthis. The Houthis are a bunch of Yemenite clowns riding on camels. And they're going to say, we're gonna destroy America. I mean, they don't even see the power and respect that America have. They don't even see the power and respect that Israel have. Israel is way stronger than Iran. Israel can wipe Iran off the map, can destroy its entire military. You see, there's a difference. You haven't seen the full potential of the Israeli army. You might have, in Gaza, you might have seen maybe 10%. Because we're fighting terrorism. We're fighting under very limited humanitarian restrictions, you might call it. When Israel fought an all-out war, they won in 6 days. They destroy their enemies. Let me give you a very simple example from my service. When I was in the service, I had a guy in my team that was an MMA fighter, a professional athlete, an Ironman. The guy was a black belt jiu-jitsu, and you name it. The guy was bigger than me, stronger than me, faster than me. One of the things that they taught me when I was studying Krav Maga and other martial arts, when you meet someone that is bigger than you, faster than you, and have the same technique like you, run. Run away. You have nothing that you can do to him. He can mold you. He can play with you. Every time that I was teasing that guy, it felt to me like I was fighting a grizzly bear, meaning that at any given moment, he can just pin me to the ground and do whatever he wants with me. So that's a guy you just don't want to fight with. Same thing with Israel and America. They are way stronger than Iran. Iran have no reasonable incentive to start a war with Israel or America. They can do whatever they want with them. They can smush their face with camel poop. They can do whatever they want to them. However, Iran, Hezbollah, the Houthis, They don't see America or Israel as strong. They don't sense power and respect. They're practically saying we can do whatever we want. These guys are not going to fight us. Iran is a country. If Iran wage a war against Israel, it's a country against a country. It's a whole different ball game. Israel can crush Iran. America can crush Iran. But Iran doesn't care because they don't see power and respect. They're so restricted by their values and their humanitarian rules. We can do whatever we want and we'll always come out of it in one piece, maybe even stronger. So as we're speaking right now, Iran is gathering all of its missiles, all of its proxies from all around of Israel, from basically 5 different directions, and they're planning on waging a whole-out war on Israel. America is sending its destroyers, its aircraft carriers, bringing them here as a show of strength. But the real question would be, will Iran finally smell power and respect? The moment that they start seeing that you guys are serious, that these countries are not playing games, that they know what they want and they know how to get it, that's when you'll start seeing them, okay, calm down. We're not going to attack anyone. We're going to keep a low profile until the next US president comes, which in this case is right now. They have the US president that they want, basically. A very weak one, a very weak American government that is focused on many other silly things rather than on safety and security. And in their eyes, this is a sign of weakness. And that's why you have the whole region is going in flames. Russia invading Ukraine. Iran going all out with their terrorism, the Houthis on camels and donkeys shooting on American ships and I don't know what, Hezbollah pulling muscles and flexing, Hamas doing October 7. All these things came out because they see that right now the good guys are not speaking power and respect. So that's it. In the next few days, I'm here in Tel Aviv. I want to go back to Germany. All the flights are got cancelled right now. I might get stuck here for a while. But if Israel and America get their cow poop together and they start showing power and respect, they start speaking the language of the Arab man, that's when you'll start seeing things starting to calm down. I'm not saying peace. There's a very long way to peace. The absence of war is not peace. There's still an enemy, there's still a serious problem there. But you will not see an all-out war in the Middle East.